Okay, imagine a system so revolutionary that its own creator calls it a factory reset for the global economy. Today, we're doing a deep dive into, well, a really bold vision, one that claims it can solve some of the world's biggest, most persistent financial problems.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. We're looking at the Al-Amin financial system. This is a concept put forward by an independent researcher, Abdul Qadir Hashashna. And our sources are pretty detailed. We've got documents that lay out the blueprint, including even a direct appeal made to the leadership of Qatar and explanations aimed at global banks.
Right. So, what's our mission here today as we sort of unpack this for you? What are the absolute core ideas? And I guess, what are some of these surprising claims it makes, especially about currency and banking?
Well, our mission is really to dissect how this system says it can eliminate huge issues like inflation, usury that's interest, and even poverty. And it does this through a really unique approach to currency and finance. You're going to hear about a currency tied not just to gold, but get this, to time itself.
Time itself.
Okay. Yeah, and a whole banking system that's designed to work right through your mobile phone SIM card. No internet required.
Wow, okay. That sounds incredibly ambitious. I mean, the system is positioned as the, quote, radical and final solution to global economic problems. So how does it actually propose achieving that? This unprecedented prosperity, financial stability, especially getting rid of inflation and usury.
Okay, so the documents argue the system's design itself prevents inflation. It does this by linking the currency's value directly to tangible consumable assets. And as for usury, interest on loans is just gone, eliminated, replaced by an equity-based model.
Equity base.
Yeah.
You're right.
The creator argues this means wealth isn't just extracted through interest payments, but it's actually generated through real economic activity. Shared risk, shared reward, essentially.
Now, one of the most radical bits, maybe the most impactful for, everyday people, is the approach to taxes. It claims to eliminate all taxes, customs fees, bank transaction charges, gone. How does it plan to generate revenue for public services and everything else without those?
Right, that's a key question. And the system proposes some pretty innovative alternatives. For example, it talks about 100% project financing for citizens. It uses something called an equitable Islamic murabahah system. Now, that's a specific Islamic finance method where instead of interest, the bank profits by selling an asset to the client at a defined markup.
Okay.
In this proposed system, the bank would get 51% of the project returns, the client gets 49%. And for states that join their global union of banks, they also get monthly support, 2.5% of the total funds deposited by their citizens.
And what about poverty? Such a massive global challenge. How does the system tackle that?
According to the proposal, poverty is addressed by automating zakat distribution. Zakat, that's the mandatory Islamic practice of giving a portion of wealth to help the needy. The system envisions instantly transferring funds from wealthier accounts to those designated as poor. It becomes this automated, kind of continuous process. It also mentions a unified salary scale, tied directly to the value of gold specifically, a maximum equivalent to 85 grams of 18-karat gold. The aim is the more consistent standard of living across the board.
Okay, and you mentioned something earlier, instant retirement. That sounds, well, almost too good to be true.
It's definitely unique. The concept is basically you could retire whenever you choose. If your annual savings drop below a certain threshold, you simply register as a zakat beneficiary, and the system provides support. So it's redefining retirement, linking it straight into the system's welfare mechanism.
So if taxes are out, traditional banking is out. What does this mean for the money itself? You said something about time.
Right. So first, it introduces a digital gold gram currency. Its value is directly tied to 18-karat gold. Straightforward enough, maybe. But then they convert this into a digital time currency. They link its value to a fixed measure derived from both that gold standard and time itself.
A time currency.
And they claim this makes it completely immune to inflation.
Okay. A currency based on time is, well, it's definitely radical. How is that digital time currency defined? And why do they think it's inflation-proof?
The idea, as explained, is that when you use this digital time currency, say, for phone calls or internet data, it's actually burned. It's consumed. This direct link between its value and its utility, its consumable nature, is what they argue makes it stable, unlike, fiat currencies or even cryptos that often rely on speculation.
So it's more like mobile phone credit, prepaid value.
Exactly. That's the analogy they seem to be drawing. Less like Bitcoin, more like minutes on a calling card, but as a universal currency.
And you mentioned the banking operations work through the SIM card, no internet. Why that approach?
Yeah, it's designed to function like a satellite phone connection, basically. The stated goal is extremely high security, cutting down the hacking risks you see with internet systems. And what's really different is it apparently requires no mining, no blockchain. The system suggests your mobile credit is the currency, directly reflecting your deposit value. No complex network underneath.
This is just a complete overhaul, isn't it?
Yeah.
The system claims it would lead to the, quote, extinction of traditional banks, redefine wealth itself.
Precisely. By removing interest, fees, and claiming to stop inflation, it argues traditional bank profit models just wouldn't survive. It also positions itself as superior to existing digital currencies because it's based on tangible value, time, and gold, not just virtual concepts.
Right.
And it even redefines wealth based on zakat thresholds, moving away from just accumulation. The core aim seems to be merging, as the creator puts it, the authenticity of religion with the modernity of technology.
And how does technology actually integrate into all this? You mentioned AI.
Yeah, it apparently leverages AI quite heavily for managing wealth distribution, automating zakat, managing accounts aiming for efficiency and transparency, and for security, big emphasis on genetic fingerprinting, using biometrics like your fingerprint, eye scan, voice print for authentication, trying to get rid of paper entirely.
Okay, so just to recap for everyone listening, we've explored the Al-Alamin financial system. Its claims are huge, transforming global finance, gold, and time-backed digital money, eliminating taxes, interest, inflation, all while aiming for a society without poverty.
Right, it's a really comprehensive vision. So as you think about a system like this one that proposes redefining wealth based on religious principles, doing away with banks as we know them, even putting a value on human existence through digital time, what fundamental questions does that bring up for you about the future of money, about the very nature of value, and maybe what kinds of solutions are really needed to achieve global financial stability? Lots to think about.